Logan. When will you and your brother ever learn? I didn't want to make a video on this, honestly I didn't, but you know, views are low, subs are down, so why not? All I have to do is put your name in the title and the views will come pouring in. If you guys haven't heard already, and if you haven't, where have you been for the past month? I'm not going to mention what happened by name because YouTube just loves to instantly delete your video if you even mention what happened. Logan, though, being the inspirational role model to millions of young kids, decided to go on television to defend himself. Okay, first of all, if you're trying to make yourself look like a good person, why would you go on Good Morning America in 2018? So today, we're going to take a look at exactly what Mr. Logan Paul had to say.
It's been tough, because ironically, I'm being told to commit suicide myself, which millions of people literally telling me they hate me to go die in a fire.
Logan, I can only imagine why people would want to say that to you. I mean, you must have done something pretty bad. Since YouTube will strike me if I say exactly what you did, let's just say you left an empty milk jug in the fridge after you poured your cereal. Honestly, if you're one of those people, then you aren't in the Low gang.
It's like the most horrible, horrific things.
So you don't feel like the criticism has been fair?
Michael, I love you, man. Like, no homo, you nailed the coffin with this one. Does Logan Paul think the criticism towards him is fair? Let's find out.
That's the thing. I do.
What made you decide to go to this forest?
The idea was to just do another fun vlog, go camp for a night, and make an entertaining piece of content in a forest.
What, are you serious? Your reasoning for going into the suicide forest was to camp out and make a vlog? Do you realize that pretty much all of your fan base is small children? That would be like if Nick decided that for their worldwide day of play, you would run with Syrian refugees.
And things obviously changed pretty drastically and quickly.
The group came across an actual suicide victim.
So it was 100 yards away from the parking lot. It doesn't make any sense. And I believe it happened for a reason. And I think that reason is so I could take this experience, learn from it, spread the message the right way about suicide prevention and suicide prevention awareness.
Yeah, Logan, you're totally right. This happened for a reason. Someone killing themselves happened for a reason. And the reason they did it was that you could have a learning moment. Let's all be completely honest here. If you believe that Logan recorded this so that he could actually spread awareness, you were completely stupid. Logan did this so that he could get the most views and the most money. YouTube to Logan isn't about entertaining people and making age-appropriate content. Since he uploads vlogs every day, he has to keep making crazy videos so that people will keep clicking his videos. What could possibly be a sequel to when Logan faked getting murdered? Oh yeah, Logan making fun of someone killing themselves.
3, 2, 1.
And so did you know? Let's fast forward a little bit. So you go and you film it, and you film it, then you edit it, and then you put it out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
And was there a point when you said, maybe this is not a good decision. Maybe I should not show that.
Yeah.
This is a question that the entirety of the internet has been asking you, Logan. You stood there next to the guy, took a picture of him for your thumbnail, filmed it, saved the recording, edited the video, and then uploaded the video. What possible excuse could you have for why you exposed your audience of children to this?
The idea was to shock and show the harsh realities of suicide and get people talking about something that I don't think people are talking about much.
When you put out content like that, do you realize the age of your audience?
It's odd because, Michael, I'm 22 years old. It's not like I'm making content necessarily for kids.
Logan, let's make one thing clear. You do make content for kids. You censor out your swear words, you flex all your expensive stuff, and you constantly bombard your videos with self-advertisement for your merch. And if you for some reason after going to VidCon and almost getting trampled over by little 12-year-olds who were your fans, even after that, if you still didn't realize that your age demographic was little kids, YouTube has a way to where you can check it in your analytics. So you saying that you didn't know your age demographic or that you don't make content for kids, that's not an excuse.
Now, I will say I am much more aware of the impact that my actions have on myself and others.
For parents out there, because you're the father of 13-year-old twin girls, it's very hard to know everything that your kids watch.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of parents. Who are saying, you know what? I heard about Logan Paul. I didn't really know who he was until this happened. Who are really going to monitor their kids now. what would you like to say to them?
Michael, I just want to say, since I'm in the Low Gang, I feel as if I have the right to answer on behalf of Logan Paul. FBI, incognito tab.
Google Preferred dropped you from their service.
Yeah.
Do you think that that was fair of them to do?
I understand that they needed to take a stance, and while I don't necessarily maybe agree with it, I do respect it. I do respect it.
Logan, the reason you don't agree with it is because it's money being taken away from you. Maybe if you didn't leave the empty milk jug in the fridge, YouTube wouldn't have kicked you off the birthday party list.
But how does that affect your bottom line?
Want to know the real answer?
Yeah, of course.
It hurts, but it's not like I'm drowning. I try not to live my life thinking about money.
At 22 years old, I bought my first house for $6.5 million and moved my 2 boys in with me. But I wasn't quite satisfied, so I had a koi pond put in.
I try not to live my life thinking about money.
Painted the walls of the guest house.
I try not to live my life thinking about money.
Bought a giant truck known as the Yeti.
I try not to live my life thinking about money.
So you did the Suicide Be Here Tomorrow. So what was that project about?
Michael, I've gotten to meet the most incredible people and have the most incredible conversations. And in fact, that's one thing I don't regret about this whole experience is I would have missed out on making these relationships and getting this education.
Logan, I hope you realize that someone doesn't need to die in order for you to build a friendship. Just imagine some kindergartner asking to be your friend. You'd have to say, nah, no one's died yet.
One of the things I'm learning, which actually pertains to me as well, is crisis passes. Crisis passes, man. And for anyone suffering, I think it's important to know that. Like, you are not alone. And for me, why I say it's important for me is because, like, dude, this has been, to be honest with you, the hardest time of my life. I've never been hated by the whole world. And it's been something to definitely overcome.
You do realize you brought this upon yourself, right? This is something that you easily could have avoided if for 1 second you decided to put down the camera and actually think about the age of your audience and what you expose them to each and every day.